The emotional moment again came from two big BTS stars, namely Jungkook and Jimin. Both were recently caught on camera at the airport in such a moving atmosphere. Jungkook was seen hugging Jimin tightly while crying, while Jimin returned the hug with sincerity. Not only that, the emotional words spoken in the middle of their embrace made the ARMY around the world unable to hold back tears. This phenomenon immediately became the center of global attention. Hashtags related to the moment topped trending on various social media platforms ranging from South Korea to the United States. ARMY around the world called the moment one of the most heartbreaking scenes of their entire career in BTS. Moments at the airport. The atmosphere of the airport, which is usually boisterous with departure and arrival activities, suddenly turns into a sea of emotions when Jungkook and Jimin appear together. First, the two seem to be walking hand in hand with a slight smile on their faces. However, before long, Jungkook stopped his steps, looked at Jimin, and then pulled him into a tight embrace. The fans who watched immediately admitted that the hug was different from usual. Jungkook seemed unable to hold back the tears, even his shoulders shook violently. Jimin, who is known to always be patient and attentive, immediately returned the hug while rubbing Jungkook's back. A soldier at the scene told. Suddenly there was silence. When Jungkook started crying in Jimin's arms, we all felt the same pain and emotion. There are no words other than beautiful but sad. Heartwarming words from Jungkook. The moment became even more emotional when some media managed to capture pieces of Jungkook's voice that sounded low. With a trembling voice, Jungkook said to Jimin, "Hyung, I don't know what to do without you. Thank you for always being there for me, never leave me." Those simple words managed to make the atmosphere of the airport burst into tears. The soldiers who heard it live or through video footage felt as if they witnessed the most vulnerable side of a Jungkook, who usually looks strong in public. Jimin also answered with a soft voice. "I'm always here, Jungkook. Ah. You're not alone. We will always be together no matter what happens." The brief dialogue seemed to confirm how deep the bonds of friendship and brotherhood between the two. The ARMY is crying. It didn't take long, the video of Jungkook and Jimin's emotional embrace immediately spread all over social media. ARMY in various countries wrote comments full of emotion, even many who claimed to cry just by watching pieces of the moment. Some viral ARMY comments. Seeing Jungkook crying in Jimin's arms was heartbreaking. They are indeed not just colleagues, but real brothers. I don't know the reason for the crying, but I know for sure that they strengthened each other. Thank you, Jimin, for always being a backup for Jungkook. BTS is not just a music group. They're family. And today, the airport bears vivid witness to how strong that bond is. Not a few ARMY who make fan art, video edit, to write poetry inspired by this moment. Why is this moment so touching? Jungkook and Jimin's relationship is always in the spotlight. Since BTS's debut, the two are known to have strong chemistry. Jimin is often considered a protective older brother to Jungkook, even though they are only 2 years apart in age. Jungkook, who debuted at a very young age, often relies on Jimin for emotional comfort. Meanwhile, Jimin himself never tired of giving full support to his brother and best friend. For ARMY, seeing Jungkook, who is usually full of confidence on stage crying in Jimin's arms, was a reminder that idols are also human. They have pain, fear, and a need to feel loved. Speculation about the causes of crying. Although there is no official statement from HYBE or BTS related to that moment, many speculations have emerged. Some fans suspected the crying was related to Jungkook's hectic schedule and the immense pressure he was under. There are also those who associate it with internal issues that are hotly discussed among the ARMY. However, most fans believe that the main reason is a deep sense of admiration for the fraternal bond they have. Many people think that crying is not because of weakness, but because of the honesty of the heart that can no longer be held back. International media also highlighted. Not only Korean media, a number of international media also reported the emotional moment. Several major entertainment portals in America, Japan, and Europe wrote articles with titles that highlighted the bond of brotherhood between Jungkook and Jimin. One Japanese media wrote, Jungkook and Jimin's embrace at the airport was not just an ordinary hug. It is a symbol of love and trust built over the years. ARMY feels closer. For ARMY, this moment actually made them feel closer to BTS. They feel given the opportunity to see the most sincere and human side of the idols they love. Many fans stated that this incident made them even more proud to be part of the ARMY family. A fan from Indonesia wrote on Twitter, "Today I realized that the reason I love BTS is not only because of their music, but also because of their sincere heart. Jungkook and Jimin, you've touched our souls." Why is Jungkook so emotional? Many wonder what exactly makes Jungkook so emotional that he can't hold back tears. There are several possible reasons. A sense of relief after a difficult period. Jungkook has just gone through a stressful time, both because of his personal activities and his busy schedule as an idol. Jimin's embrace may be a symbol of the release of the sense of relief that he has been holding on to. Deep longing. Being separated for a long time from Jimin and the other members could be one of the causes of his emotions. The accumulated longing finally broke out when they met. Meaningful togetherness. Jungkook realizes that being together with Jimin is not something that can be underestimated. It is a home and a source of strength for him. Whatever the reason, it was clear that Jungkook's tears were a form of heart honesty that he couldn't hide. ARMY, we will always be with you, Kookie. The ARMY's response to this moment was overwhelming. Many wrote messages of support and love for Jungkook and Jimin. Even some international fan bases are rallying for projects to show support, such as LED advertising in several major cities, to charitable donation campaigns on behalf of both. The most frequent messages, "Kookie, you are never alone. We, the ARMY, will always be there for you." This phrase is not just a slogan, but a heartfelt promise from millions of fans around the world who feel emotionally connected to Jungkook. Jungkook and Jimin's special relationship. Jungkook and Jimin have a special bond. Many moments show how they take care of each other. Jimin is often seen paying attention to Jungkook, from small things like making sure he eats enough, to encouraging him when he feels depressed. While Jungkook, although known to be quiet, often shows his respect and affection for Jimin. In several interviews, Jungkook referred to Jimin as the one who always made me feel safe. This moment of crying in the arms seemed to reaffirm that their relationship was not just an ordinary friendship. There is a sense of kinship, trust, and emotional attachment that is difficult to describe in words. Conclusion. The moment Jungkook hugged Jimin at the airport in tears was one of those events that the ARMY will long remember. The heart-rending words that came out of Jungkook, as well as the loving embrace of Jimin, became a real symbol of how strong their bond was. ARMYs around the world agree that BTS is not just a K-pop group, but a family that takes care of each other in ups and downs. And on that day, the airport was no longer just a transit point. It was a silent witness of love, friendship, and tears.